inside of
Cala a
bounds
boca.
so that they will continue to contest, but I think in this mode it might be more viable to just stay and all fight at the same time, nobody hiding at all. And we'll see too. It kind of lends a little bit more credence to the strategy that people were employing in the first set of games when they first played the Sky Station Showdown. They would have somebody go off and try to clear a point, or at least take out their sword bearer. Yeah. But if they do that this time and they manage to clear out a point, they're now going to be accruing on both sides.
Yeah, and that's going to make a massive difference, right? Like, let's take a look at Raven's Revenge. They are sitting on 5.
Another player comes through and Ninja goes down. And Raven's Revenge are holding on all the corners. I don't see them controlling any one single point. Here's the Cuddle Crew now in second place. They're in a battle with the Funky Fighters. This is important for everybody. The Fish Fam joining the fray as well. I think the Fish Fam may have overrun. Their school of fish are taking out the Funky Fighters at last, but no, Suzu gets taken out too. The Cuddle Crew is going to abandon the point and maybe come right back. Suzu finally does control.
A brief moment, but not too long later, Tomoya says, hello, I would like the red point, please. And now we've got the Fish Fam over here. Suzu is by himself. He's got a bunch of eliminations. The ball of the Cuddle Crew is coming up. They're trying to wreck him. He picks off Sandy, but unfortunately he does fall as well.
That was terrifying. They all came over the ramp at the same time. If you're just joining us here, don't forget we did increase the score limit up to 3,000. So if you're wondering, the Raven Revenge, they still got a ways to go, even though they are in the lead as it stands. I'm also keeping my eye out on the Llama Record Company. They're down at 300-ish points. They're going to claim 300 right now. And what they do, they always wait until the last moment, until that D point, the last point that opens up in the center, and they make a concerted push. I think that may be very, very strong, because in the first couple of games, as the Fish Fam, or as the Little Whip Warriors try to make a push here, they're going to get shut down. Minutes until that starts to spawn.
Oh, he's gonna launch the Little Whip Warrior. He is in fact gonna shut down Taco. Look at this across the way. Magma gets picked off, and the Little Whip Warriors are back on the green point. Dude, I'm very curious to see what happens when that middle point opens up, because don't forget, it's 12 points per player of your squad on that point if you're uncontested. So you could very well see an entire squad say, the moment that's ready, jump down. We're just going to try and get a massive influx of like 48 points.
Could happen every single second down there. It's going to net you that, so it has to put to an end immediately. It seems that this point right here keeps getting under contention by like multiple teams. The Fish Fam, Funky Fighters, and of course the Cuddle Crew, who get cleaned out. So they're not earning anything really from all fighting at the same time. One team ends up coming out on top, but then it all happens again. So maybe some timing issues here in terms of synchronizing the push on this point specifically.
Yeah, I mean, this gets way more hectic when anyone can score points, right? And the Fish Fam have been doing a great job sticking together, going in as pairs, duos, if you will, and trying to shut everyone down, but that's only going to get you so far.
It kind of breaks down, too, when everybody can score, because there's so much that more important. If you're by yourself to stay on the point, in the previous iterations, if you're by yourself, you get off the point, because you can't even score.
But now you have to stick around. Look at the slaps coming out. Lachlan does take out Scissors, but does fall as well. Now Clytex is just trying to get back into the fray, get himself those height with the impulses. And now don't forget, they have a limited number of builds. It's about 100, I believe. But right now, man, you just need to be turning your attention left and right, trying to eliminate as many players as you possibly can. This remix is shaking of this mode. And Clydex goes in, he's going to start trying to take him down. Did not go his way, though.
So this is what I'm talking about. Finally, the Fish Fam control this point that the Cuddle Crew and Funky Fighters were fighting for so hard. And they control it with all 4 players, so you could see their score rising significantly every second there. At the same time, the Llama Record Company with an evenly timed push as well, but Rubius comes in. Chicken Champions take out one, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I think the Llama Record Company, no, they don't hold. Or do they?
Or do they? That is the question. It looks like, unfortunately, the answer is no, as the Chicken Champions are rolling in on the Sunshine Soldiers. Attacks are going off left and right, but Danyan is just it's just not falling. Just keeps eliminating left and right, getting a little bit of that side.
The timing of that push from that took out the Llama Record Company might have actually worked out in their favor because they're all going to respawn together. 5 seconds for this D point to spawn. You can already see they're hunting. End of Blood, Rubius, Carnifex, they're all going for it because they know the importance. If they can all stand in there at the same time, all the impulses come through before anybody can even build a base, build some protection against them. It's pure chaos down here on the D point.
And look, if you're another team on the outside looking in, as all these players are just jumping in toward that center point, you do what Gotaga's doing. Let them all fight it out. Let's just sit on the point. No one seems to be paying attention to the fact that we're about halfway through what we need to win. Let them all fight it out. Don't make any sudden moves, right? Don't be the distraction to have someone go, oh wait, there is a point up there. We need to go get those guys.
I love what they did just there. They forced the one player there, but hold on, the Funky Fighters are all in. They have a base. There's no impulse. They are climbing the leaderboard hard. They're at third right now. They're going to overtake second. If this does not get shut down soon, the Ravens' revenge may have trouble looming.
And look at this, Llama Record Company, Hand of Blood is trying his hand and slaying these players, but it does not go his way as Tomoya comes in. No love.
Getting in, but again, the Ravens' revenge are on point with 4 players, just shooting down, throwing impulses where they can, and just making sure they're putting all those points. Meanwhile, the D point, nobody has gotten anywhere since the Funky Fighters were left there for so long. It all depends how this all unfolds. Hold on, they're trying to get a base. I think they might finally break through. No, it is, and trade off evenly every single time.
4 minutes left on that time. These guys have been uncontested. It's just now that the Little Whip Warriors want to try and make the push. But look at that. He's literally just slicing through all these ice cream cones. I was going to try and say hot knife through butter, but this is ice cream. It doesn't quite work that way.
It's crazy how nobody except the Little Whip Warriors are trying to contest the Ravens' revenge right now. They are sitting on the point by themselves with 4. But again, the Funky Fighters in the center with 4 players. They are not even making any noise. They're not showing that there's anybody there. They are rising so fast. Finally, 4Turtle comes in. He spots them out, but that's not going to be enough. They shut him down immediately. They're still on the point.
They need to just box this up. They need to bunker down. Look at this. They just overtook the first spot. Someone needs to do something about this.
Guys,
they're taking up
this
again.
Could be
you have to go in the center.
They get it.
Oh, my God.
Funky Fighters again take the win here on Sky Station Showdown, the first match of the Golden Games. And that is a huge victory leading into the rest of these.
Just unbelievable. For so long, Gotaga and Ravens' Revenge sat on the green point completely uncontested. And then for a moment, everyone forgets about the center point, and that's enough for all 4 members of the Funky Fighters to sit on the point and just rise above everyone else. And by the time everyone could kind of figure out what was going on, it was too late. They stole away the first golden game.
ridiculous that nobody was able to spot that out. It seemed like Four Turtle was going to say, okay, guys, they're all on the point. Everybody start doing everything you can to stop them, because he saw all 4 members. They went from less than 1,000 once the D point was out to all the way up to win. And it was 400 points between them and the Ravens' Revenge at the end there. Right. But you do have to also think about who else came very close in second. Ravens' Revenge, who's in third. We'll be able to find out in a bit with the standings, but just an unbelievable performance there from the Funky Fighters to realize exactly what must be done. That was the second time they completely boxed up that entire D point.
Yeah, and just completely uncontested. But that's it for the first of 3 golden games. And for the Funky Fighters, they secure that win. But for now, let's send it back over to Pookie. She's standing by with the winners. Pookie, down to you.
Thank you so much, Zeke. I am down here with the Funky Fighters. Another victory. I feel like I've been talking to you guys all day, but how did you find that remix game? Because those rules were a little bit different than what you were used to. So what was your strategy going into that one, Huzi?
I mean, everything was so unexpected. We were last and we came first because we got the middle. The point system, because every player gets points, and so we win. It was so exciting. So exciting.
So exciting indeed. Now, Ravens' Revenge was in first place for most of that match. You guys knew that you had to come up from behind, which you absolutely did. But I kind of just want to talk a little bit about how there are 3 teams tied right now for first place, and the winners of this set will be taking home that additional $1 million of prizing. So I don't want to put too much pressure on you guys, but what is your strategy going into the next game? Are you going to stay the same? Are you going to change things up? Are you going to go for the middle again?
Probably. Yeah, we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing, and as long as it works, we're just gonna keep it up.
For sure. Sounds like a great strategy. Finally, over here to you. When you heard that there was a remix kind of blind side come in, what was your first reaction to hearing that?
Yellow. Go to yellow circle and win.
Just win. I love it. It's so easy. It's such a great concept. You know, we talk about it all day, all of these things we break down, but at the end of the day, you just got to win. Back to you guys at the desk.
Pookie with the most insightful knowledge you'll ever need in your entire life. It doesn't matter if you can just win.
Just win.
I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong.
You're winning.
I'm trying.
We're
doing
all
the
winning
best
here at the World Cup.
We all are, in fact. But so are these players that have taken the stage. Now, don't forget, those llamas are going to be playing a big factor in how the final $1 million prize pool is divvied out. And Pookie touched on it perfectly, actually. Right now, there's a 3-way tie.
Yep.
All right, and that's something we need to take a look at with those standings, just to give you the refresher. So, Funky Fighters, Fish Fam, and the Chicken Champions all have that silver llama. Now, don't forget, every single match they play, they're also walking away with a prize pool that they're splitting 4 ways. That part's awesome. But man, that extra $1 million prize pool at the end will be huge. So either the Funky Fighters, Fish Fam, or Chicken Champions need to win that golden llama for one of them to win, or if you're on the outside looking in, you just want that gold llama. Because if you win that llama, that means you and your team actually win that pot.
Yep. You win the $1 million final prize for the Creative World Cup. So all is on the line right now. Those prizings, as they shake up into the next sets, are going to be so crucial to keep an eye out. The Funky Fighters taking a good first lead, but it's not enough. We've seen it time and time again in these first matches of the set. That people who win the first game don't end up coming through all the way at the end. So they have to have a consistently good performance into the next game, which is the Junkyard Juke, and then into the next game too, which is the World Run.
That's right.
They're all golden. All the golden games with
all the golden games. Not the golden boys, just the golden games. I love you, buddy. Now, don't forget, if you guys are watching and maybe this is the first in on a specific team, there's 10 different feeds to take a look at, and you can say, like, you know what, I'm all about the Fish Fam. I'm just going to watch their perspective. You can do that. Head on over to Fortnite.com/watch. Take a look. Here are a breakdown of your feeds right there on screen.
It's an incredible new feature. I love to use it. I checked it out on my phone earlier, and just unbelievable, seriously. To see all the different POVs, to see the first and second place POVs, and then also to be able to pick who you want to watch. You can watch Lachlan, in feed 8. You can watch Gotaga in feed 4. So just an awesome feature. Go check it out. It's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Now don't forget, guys, we are 1/3 of the way through the Golden Games. First one, Sky Station Showdown, is in the books, and the Funky Fighters were in fact the winner. Now we move on to the second game, and that is the prop hunt, aka Junkyard Juke. And don't forget, the remix, 10-point props.
Only the large ones. You can't go with the, little crowbar. You can't go with the wood planks. You can't go with any of that. And there is one of the prizes for the teams that won before. We've got 10 seconds until the game launches, Zeke. It's the second game of our Golden Games here, guys. It's time.
2, 1, the game begins. Now, just a refresher, we can only be 10-point props. So let's break down what these 10-point props are. You've got a snowman. By the way, there's no snow anywhere else on the map. You've got a Christmas tree with a gold bomb on top. Nope, that sticks out like a sore thumb. A giant gnome? Well, I mean, it kind of blends in depending on where you stand. If you hide something that's behind something that's blue, you can make the hide. A giant teddy bear. You've got the target. You've got the rusted out car. I mean, you've also got the giant dumpster. So, as you kind of scan your eyes across the map, you can see things like the dumpster, the rusted out car, the target. These are things that could be... Whoa. All right, Kaz. All right, this guy is, guy's got the eyes of a hawk. But these props are going to be, they're going to stick out like sore thumbs is what I'm trying to get at.
Yep. And a little, ooh, Kaz, awesome. You see his reaction.
Yeah, even Kaz is like, ooh.
Like, wait, Scissors was there. He is finding everybody right now. Good vision. And it is interesting. You got to make sure you know who the guards are at the beginning.
crazy. But right now, Scissors and the Fish Fam, they've got the lead. And this is huge right now. Don't forget the Funky Fighters are in the center, so they can't rack up points. We've got 10 seconds left. Whoever's out in the field, they need to make it into the incinerator right now.
Are they going to have any more points accrue? It doesn't look like anybody's close. That's going to be the round as the Funky Fighters and the Chicken Champions end up closing out that guard watch. We'll see where the standings end. I did notice something though, Zeke, is that the Ravens Revenge were at 0 for that run. They didn't get a single prop through, which is a far cry from their performance on Sky Station Showdown. They were second.
They need to band together right now. They need to rally, and they need to make this happen. Round 3 begins. You've got the Fish Fam and the Sunshine Soldiers in the middle. So now the Fish Fam, you know, we saw this before. They got this lead, but now they have to try and lock everyone else out from getting points. And as we've clearly seen, it is actually way more difficult than it sounds.
And judging by the first run of the Funky Fighters, they got 50 early on. We'll see if they can get and double their score, essentially, to tie up with the Fish Fam. But Sunshine Soldiers also being a guard, and the first 2 right now ending up on guard watch.
2.5 minutes left on this timer. You see people hitting these hidden little bumpers. So a little surprise in case you've been wondering why have they been flying up. There's little secret bumpers that are buried. You can see one right there that looks like a little silver dome. If players touch that, they're actually launched into the sky. And it's a very clear, like, hey, this is a person. They have disguised themselves as a prop. You should probably eliminate them. 2 minutes here on the clock. And Fish Fam are just tearing it up. But look, Funky Fighters, they were guards last round. They were behind pretty far. And now they're starting to close up that gap, right? If they can get another 3 props in within this 2-minute timer, they're going to be in a great spot heading into that final round.
Tyler trying to hold it down before he gets his last opportunity to go with the props. But here the Cuddle Crew, and they're going to be on guard watch next. So if they don't solidify this lead very strong right now, it's going to be so difficult. Meanwhile, the Ravens Revenge did finally get a prop in. They could have a final round that could be amazing. We'll continue to watch here for the Cuddle Crew. Llama Record Company and Funky Fighters all earn a point in just a second there. 1 minute and 20 seconds for this guard watch to end.
Cuddle Crew's only a single prop behind. The Funky Fighters are only 2, and so are the Llama Record Company. Raven's Revenge is now on the board with a single. That's a Raven. Look at that. Scissors, he's got this on lock. He's got the entire map laid out in his mind, and he can tell the difference. Wait, does he choose 2? He did not. Wait, these other 2 trucks, are they actually going to make it in? They're making it in. Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Scissors, they snuck right under his nose.
They
get in. But it doesn't.
Oh, he hit that person from the blinds.
Wow. He heard you, Zeke. He knew.
Listen.
Flexing a little bit on everybody.
He knows I'm a big fan of his. All right, he knows. He knows. Cuddle Crew, they're nice and hidden. All right, got to watch the bumper. There is one hidden. You see it right there in front? Be careful. You can see it. It's right there. Don't do it. Nope. Never mind. That was looks like that was Fish Fam.
And it looks like a lot of props are making it towards the center right now. I think I just saw 3. Very close.
Yep.
Para de dizer mal de mim, Rafa. Eu não disse mal de ti, mano. Para-me ser para insultar. Não deixa. Cala-te, insultadora.
He's so crucial.
This is very scary heading into round number 4. So take a look. In the center of the map, you've got Svenos and his crew. So don't forget, there's 3 teams tied. First, you've got the Fish Fam, you've got the Funky Fighters, and you have the Cuddle Crew. So basically, they are well ahead of the pack, but they're fighting each other right now. Little Whip, the Llama Record Company, and now Little Whip and the Cuddle Crew, they're at 90, so they could close that gap. But they have to work so much harder to do that. You've got the Cuddle Crew in the middle, and this means they're not racking up any points for this round, right? They're just trying to keep everyone else from accruing points.
5th place, so lower.
Culpa é tua, foste jogar com o flag, olha.
Performance, even the Sunshine Soldiers, the Chicken could go through. Nice shot there from his team. Joining them as well as the Llama Record Company in 2nd place, so second or lower is
Seu cancro.
So for right now, Llama Record Company,
Toxic.
remember, they can't accrue points. They literally have to
Toxic.
try and stop Fish Fam and the Funky Fighters from racking up points. If they get
Toxic.
even one through, they are going to be edged out. Every
Tóxico.
now, how accurate are they? How quickly and how much do they remember the map? Look at all these props here on the left side of the screen. One just got through with the quest. Little Whip, look, they took over. So did Fish Fam.
Nice shot there from
Great
Alex
shot for sure.
He knew that there was a prop approaching. He knew that he didn't find anything in the last couple of seconds. He knew. Is he going to be able to find this one? You can see he's pre-firing through the black as they all try to approach. What a nice play from Alex. A nice strategy. Now remember, now that the Little Whip and Fish Fam have taken the lead, the Funky Fighters fall to 3. And since they got first in the first game, that means it's just more close when you think about the overall standings here.
Yeah. Look, Little Whip again, get another prop in. They're pushing ahead, man. These guys are pulling away from the pack right now. Llama Record Company, they've got to just start trying to pick off these props. They've got to keep the Fish Fam and Little Whip down. Maybe have contest, but right now, man, the Little Whip Warriors, Ninja and his team are just destroying this final round.
Para tu! Vais a jogar com o flag, aquele filho da puta. Tavares é boa pessoa. E tu podias ter vindo jogar comigo e com o Tavares, mas não. Preferes estar com o flag.
Do cara assim no Fortnite e não gosto de jogar.
Não és nada. Jogavas connosco.
Já ontem ficaste puto por causa disto dos pontos na arena.
Pois, fiquei puto, mas não foi porque jogaste mal. Mesmo porque tu és um cabrão de merda e começaste ali a dizer piadas para eu me rir. Eu não consegui jogar.
Little Whip at 150, and look, Taldax right here. That's going to put him at 160 with 10
Estavas a dizer porcaria.
That's the win for sure for the Little Whip Warriors here. And Junkyard Juke as the timer expires. As Ninja scores in the final moments.
E olha o Ninja. Ganhou o Ninja.
The first win for the Little Whip Warriors, and it couldn't come at a better time here, Z.
Não é nada.
That's right, man. Look, don't forget,
Ninja é
the
noob.
Llamas are scattered right
Ninja é
now.
noob.
This puts him in a great spot. If they can get this World
Ninja é noob.
win, they could secure themselves that gold llama, and out of nowhere they could steal away the victory from everyone else around. A fantastic showing of the Little Whip Warriors, man, dude. They came out of nowhere. They were just on it. They flipped the switch and they said, you know what, we're getting all these props in, and we're just gonna get pulled away from the pack.
That's what happened. Perfect play. At the beginning they had the guard defense. They didn't let anybody get over. I think the Ravens are, no, the Ravens had 0. Thinking of the Funky Fighters had 50 in the first run.
Yeah.
But nobody else really did anything, and the Funky Fighters ended up starting to slow down. They didn't manage to keep up their pace. The Whip Warriors took perfect advantage of that.
Yeah, and I mean, you could just kind of see that they were very calm, cool, and collected
Eu vim cá à parte e tu não estavas cá. E depois os gajos estavam a pedir dinheiro e eu meti uma dove.
There was almost like this clustering that happened, you know, when you've got 3 rusted cars right next to each other where there clearly is no rusted cars at all. You're like, okay, well these guys are very clearly props, right?
They figured it out eventually.
They
separate.
Quer dizer que só vieste por causa que eles que só estavam a pedir coisas, vês?
Que eu vim por causa de quem? Não, eu meti uma dove porque eles estavam a pedir coisas.
Então, se fosses tu a receber, não tinhas saído lá.
Como assim?
Não é mesmo?
Os gajos não iam dar nada em troca. Os gajos nem trouxa. Eu a ti dou-te porque tu és um caso especial.
Vou ficar enervado. O Tiago e o Didi Alex estão no modo offline. Novamente. Os gados.
Não digo nada.
Vai ver.
Não. Como é que eu vejo?
Fortnite. Ou talvez no GTA também dá.
Não. Acho que não. Vou ver agora.
É normal. Olha, acho que o Tiago vai jogar solos.
Eu estou a ir.
Separaram-se.
A ver. Acontece nos melhores casos. Que mundo.
Já separaram-se do mesmo lobby. Para que é modo offline? Era só dizer. Só vim dizer. Não queremos jogar com vocês. Prontos.
Foi sempre aquilo que nós fizemos. Quando ficámos putos. Dizemos logo e depois dizemos logo. Voltado por lá. Curto bem do fundador do capo. Deixa eu ver onde é que estão aqui os pompinhos. Amigos Epic. Didi Alex. Não está no lobby com dois.
Então, voltaram. No lobby. Agora não sei como é que eles vão se justificar.
Retardado, Nivi.
E Alex vai dizer que é o primo.
Não é nada. Já que foi a Lisboa. Tu és mesmo burra, Divigi. Não sabes que o Tiago foi a Lisboa.
Ver o Didi Alex.
Não, o Tiago é o Goku. Utilizou a técnica teletransporte para vir a Lisboa.
Ver o Didi Alex.
Fazer-lhe um filho. Mas isto aí já não é comigo nem contigo. Se eles são um casal, não nos devemos meter na vida do casal.
Podem estar na mesma parte, essas coisas, mas tipo, modo offline. Para quê?
Eu não sei. É que é muita coisa, gajo. Não dá. Tipo, eu não estou sempre na mesma parte que tu. Está-se bem que a maioria do tempo. Ok, quase sempre mesmo. Mas tipo, hoje eu tive. Também estive na tua parte e com o Tavares e com o Flé. Mas hoje depois também fui para a parte do Flé, que também fomos para a parte do Dias.
Modo online.
Sim. É. A única vez que eu desliguei a PS hoje foi quando tu me xingaste há bocado.
Grande mentira.
Depois volta. Agora.
Será que dá para entrar no lobby do Tiago? Está privado. Até isso eles fizeram, meteram privado. Acho que o Tiago se teve de ir embora. Não estou a ver aqui.
Espera, eu vou à parte do flag ver uma cena. Se essa cena der, eu vou-te convidar. Se não der, eu volto a entrar.
Não sei.